Hey guys, it's Real Radman here, back at it again with another video, and yes, we will be talking about Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. I always mess up one of the names for some reason in my videos, but whatever. Alright, so Game 4, let's get right into it. Actually, when I was planning this discussion out, I didn't really have a lot to say about it, because the game was very self-explanatory. What I mean is, Golden State played well. The Splash Brothers came back. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson played very well. Draymond Green gave them the energy, and the trends that were showing up in the finals so far, like whoever won the 3-point contest and whoever had the more rebounds, whoever had less turnovers, those three categories specifically, whoever won those battles would win the game. And tonight, Cleveland won 6 of 23 from free for the see, I cannot talk. I hate fucking numbers. It makes me just irate. Let's try this again. Cleveland went 6 of 23 from 3. It's a little bit tricky on the tongue. While Golden State went 17 of 36. Cleveland had 40 rebounds, Golden State had 43, and Cleveland had 11 turnovers, Golden State had 9. So, who won in all three categories? Golden State. Who won the game? Golden State. That was the game right there. We'll get into the individual stats a little bit and talk about the players that I think made a big difference in the game. So I'm going to start with Golden State because they are the winners. So I'm going to start with them. And Steph had 38 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 7 of 13 from 3. He was back after all the criticism that he took in Game 3. He did what any MVP or superstar player would do, and he responded in Game 4 with a terrific game. So the point total was a little bit off because of the end of the game, the stat padding. So I'll give him actually like 32 points in reality, but hey, he got 38 in the box score, so I'll go by the box score. Klay Thompson had 25 points. He was 7 of 14 from the field. He played a great game as well. Splash Brothers are back. I mean, you can't really say anything else. These two are amazing at what they do, and Klay Thompson and his defense has been great as well. Steph Curry showed his toughness tonight. He was definitely running hard. He was intense. He was focused into the game. Every time Cleveland tried to bump him off, he would just run right through it. Even at the end of the game, when he was trying to get the ball for to run out the clock or to get fouled, and he and LeBron had that little altercation. He's running through LeBron's physical play, and he's not flopping. He's just being tough and running right through it, and dealing with it. So that's nice to see. That's what I like about Steph Curry is that he doesn't flop. I don't see Steph Curry flop like a lot of these other players that do flop, like an Anderson Varejao or sometimes a Draymond Green or a LeBron. Those players flop a lot, or Russell Westbrook on the jumpers. I don't like it when superstar players flop. It pisses me off. A scrub like Anderson Varejao can flop because he's a scrub, and it's understandable. But a superstar uh, or a star like Draymond and superstars like Russell and LeBron should not flop. So that's just something that pisses me off generally in the NBA, and I'm glad that Steph doesn't do it, even though he is only like 6'3", in reality 6'1", and he gets beat around a lot during these games, but he fights through everything. He doesn't complain about it, and he's a physically tough player, so I like that about him. Anyways, just wanted to say that because I feel like Steph Curry deserves that credit. He's a very tough player. I'm gonna go to Cleveland now. I'm gonna skip LeBron for now because I want to save him for a little bit later because I do have a lot to say on LeBron. Kyrie Irving, he played very well tonight. He was asked probably to do a little bit too much. Um, he was incredible. I don't have the exact numbers with me, but he had something over 30, and he was dancing on these guys. He did what Kyrie was supposed to do. I mean, Kyrie did his job for tonight's game. Tristan Thompson also did his job. He had the 6 offensive rebounds and 10 points. The job done for him. Kevin Love was part of the game, and I mean, he did play 25 minutes, which was more than I kind of wanted him to play. I would have left Richard Jefferson in there for a little bit longer, but he did play 25. He was pretty productive, not as productive as a $110 million player should be, but for Kevin Love, he was decent. The entire Cleveland team was honestly pretty good, pretty decent. J.R. Smith was a little bit off. At the beginning of the game, he hit some shots, but near the end, he didn't really hit anything. So that was a little bit disappointing. But the main player, of course, is their leader, their superstar, LeBron James. And he had 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. Obviously, the end of the game stat padded a little bit. Even though that is only one rebound away from, or one assist away from a triple double, those stats are lying significantly. They do not jump out at the box score at all. LeBron, for the first time, other than last year, because I could understand last year with the load he had to carry, even though he was averaging 35 a game and doing all the work last year, for the first time, I really saw LeBron have a bad game and also hit a wall. I've seen LeBron have games like this before, a la a game 6 of 2013 before that fourth quarter where he was only like 3 of 13 from the field, but he did carry the team back in the fourth quarter. I've seen games where he is very passive, like he was tonight. He did not want, he drove to the lane looking to pass and not to shoot. He drove to the lane every time with the pre mindset of I need to kick it out to one of my open shooters. And something that Dwayne Wade said one time that really stuck with me is that he never pre-plans his moves. So Dwayne Wade will just play off of instinct. And sometimes that can get him in trouble, but most of the time it's the right decision because he plays off instinct. He doesn't drive. He if he decides to drive to the lane, he doesn't have a predetermined mindset that I'm gonna score or I'm gonna pass. It's just whatever he sees at that instant millisecond, that's what he's gonna do, and he's gonna make a decision in those quick moments. LeBron tonight, when he would either dribble and drive or dribble and shoot, he was predetermining his moves. So if he drove to the lane, he would already look towards the corner or look towards the wing for a JR or Kyrie, something like that. And you could just tell he's predetermining his moves. And that's the LeBron that worries me. When he that LeBron shows up early in a game, it's usually going to stay like that for the rest of the game, and it did. He was out of it the entire night. He was not aggressive. He was passive. He did not show up tonight. It was kind of upsetting, even though the box score has 25, 13, and 9. Those numbers lie significantly. LeBron is one of the best at filling up the box score, um, even though the impact on the game wasn't that great. And his impact on the game was not what it should have been. And it's disappointing because this game was sitting on a silver platter for him. Uh, they had a 5 point lead at halftime. The lead went up to 8, all while LeBron was struggling, and they couldn't close it out. So that's upsetting. As a fan of just the NBA, I really wanted this series to go to 7, just to see a great series, in my opinion, after last year with the injury problems. But right now, it is looking like Game 5 is going to end in one of two ways, and I will get to that real soon. But first, I just want to talk a little bit more about LeBron and just his mindset because it's somewhat frustrating to me how a player like him with so much talent like that he has can sometimes shrink in a moment like this. And it's not shrink as he got nervous or shrink as, the pressure got to him. It's not that kind of shrink. It's not like the pressure got to LeBron. No, that's where people need to calm down a little bit. He's been through this many, many times where the pressure doesn't get to him anymore. It might have gotten to him when he was younger, but not anymore. It's just this mindset he sometimes has entering a game that I could never explain when I watched him, and I don't know if even Brian Windhorst, the most uh, he re- has covered LeBron since high school. I don't even know if Brian Windhorst can explain it. Where LeBron just has this mindset of being so passive, and you can tell from the start of a game if he's passive like that, and it would just won't change throughout the game. He doesn't make the adjustment of trying to be that aggressive. Now I don't know what happened there, but also for the first time, he definitely hit a wall. He played 46 minutes, and I do put some blame on Tyronn Lue for playing him that much, but LeBron hit the wall. He got tired. He got exhausted by the middle of the fourth quarter, and that's when Cleveland lost the game. So that was that, and it's kind of disappointing. I know LeBron's 31. He's heading towards the final phase of his career. And I hope the decline isn't steep, but if he loses his athleticism, it's gonna be very upsetting. It's gonna be kind of sad. So, um, there were a couple of firsts tonight that I didn't really want to see, just as a fan of the NBA. I didn't want to see this. I really didn't want to see Golden State win this game because I wanted it to go on to at least 7 games, just to see a great series. It was a pretty good game though, so I did enjoy that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game as well. So leave your comments down below if you did enjoy it and what your thoughts were. My prediction for Game 5, I'm giving myself leeway here. I'm not really making a prediction, but there's only 2 ways that Game 5 will end. It's either gonna end in a Golden State blowout, which right now I think is more likely, or B, a close win by Cleveland. There is no in between. There's not going to be a blowout by Cleveland. There's not going to be a close win by Golden State. It's either going to be a blowout by Golden State or a close win by Cleveland. Because once Golden State have a lead and it starts getting out of reach, it's games like this where it just all goes away. The heart gets snatched out, and the opposing team gives up. It happens all the time in elimination games that are early in the series, like a game 4, 5, or 6. So yeah, that's my prediction. That was my discussion. I'm kind of sad because I didn't. I hope the season doesn't end Monday night, but we'll see what happens, and hopefully Cleveland can pull out a miracle, and we will see. So please like and subscribe, guys, and peace out.